Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to Project Marilyn. She's back from the body shop. She's been there about 4 weeks, or thereabouts. Let's have a look, see what's been done. So, as you can see, pretty much lined up. It could be better, it could be worse. I couldn't do it, they've done it for me. He spent quite a long time on this. He's done a pull on that chassis leg. Remember, a lot of you commented saying that needs a pull. He's done that, he's pulled it, it's straight. He's done a lot of manipulation, he's done a lot of work. The bumper's not fixed properly, of course, so that the gap's not right there. I think he's put another wing on for me as well. Or is this the wing? No, this is the wing. He's polished the wing up because that wing was a bit rough. But there is also a wing in the back. I'm not quite sure what that wing is. Or maybe I took that down there. I don't know. I can't remember now. So I've still got quite a bit of work to do on this. I've got to put all the trim back on. I've got to clean this bumper up. It's got some marks on it, which has got to be I'm going to try and polish that, cut and polish that back. It may just come out with G3 or G10 possibly. If not, I'll give it a good polish up. I can't remember where this bumper came from now. It's got bits of sticker marks over it. I think it was an eBay job. But I don't think I need to put another bumper on this one. I think it'll be all right. So it all needs a really good clean. I need to put all the wheel trims back on. The seats, I believe, are clean. I need to have another look at that. Windscreen still needs doing. I'm going to Paul the Paul the windscreen fella now. See when he can come and get that done. Yeah, still got bits and pieces to do on it. Put that back on. Let's have a look at these seats. I can't remember. Oops. Oh yeah, of course I've got to take the bumper off and put that back on as well. That's got to go back on. Did I clean these seats? They look a bit grubby, so I don't think I could have done. I don't remember. Don't know, but they don't actually look that bad, so I might just go over them a little bit rather than giving them a good proper clean. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that wing is. I think I must have put that wing in there. Yeah, the back of the car's fine. So he didn't use that in the end. I bought that, he didn't use it in the end, didn't need to. He straightened out what was already there. I haven't tried it, but he said the bonnet and that opens up. I mean, look at the state of that wing. That is crap, isn't it? Look at the state of it. It's all rusty and horrible. I might as well bin it, to be honest. Well, I might actually experiment with painting. I might try completely repainting that with a rattle can and see what sort of finish I can get. So yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It needs work. We're good on the inside. Just needs a damn good clean. It don't fit perfectly, but then there's a couple of little bits need touching up, like that little bit there. Headlights all fit nicely. So yeah, so the bumper has got to come off. Put that foam thing back on. I've got to reconnect the lights up, and then we'll get the bumper back on, and we'll properly space it out, because obviously it's not on properly. It needs to come out a little bit. But he obviously didn't bother adjusting that because it's got to come off. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. Of sorts. This was more of a pain and not more of an expense. He's had it. What? As I say, he's had it about 4 weeks. And he's spent, on and off, quite a few hours on it, I think, and he's only charged me £150. So I mean, you know I wait a long time for stuff. Quite often wait a long time for stuff, but in this instance, as always, he does me proud. He does the best job as he can. On this, it's not perfect, but it is what it is. And he charges me, really cheap amounts of money. So we need to get on with it now. We need to do all these bits and pieces and get it done, basically. So we're going to do a little bit on it today, not very much, because we've got other things to do, but yeah, that's where we are, and we'll carry on as and when. So I've got a couple of little bits I'm just going to do today, nothing spectacular. Seeing as I've just got the car back, I've got it up in the air. I put one bolt in there that wasn't in, and as you know, I've got to get the bumper off, but I've got to put this back on as well. So I've got all the bolts here. Just need to get it in. Just re-inspected the brakes again because I couldn't remember what they were like, but the discs feel virtually new. There's literally no lip whatsoever on them, and the pads have got loads and loads of meat on them as well, so that's all good. So right, let's get some tools and get this on, and then we'll get the wheel back on and put it down. That's it, that's all done. It looks better with the wheel trim and those bits of trim. So I'm just going to go around the car and put the other wheel trims. I took them all off and put them in the boot just in case someone decided to steal them while they're at the body shop. You never know. Windscreen fella's coming this afternoon, which is good. So yeah, great service from Paul at the windscreen place. So that will be done by the end of the day, and we'll set the camera up when he's doing it so you can see it in time lapse like I did on the last one. So I'm going to go around and put those caps on. I'm going to take the bumper off, get that back on, and then get all that front put back together properly, get all the bolts in, and then I'm going to try and clean up this bar. So the bumper. So there's not really that much to do on this car now. Obviously it's got to have its MoT and a service. And then the tracking's got to be done because the tracking is way out where we replaced the track rod end, inner and outer track rod end, so the tracking is well out, and then it just needs a really good clean up, which I'm not going to bother doing today, but we're almost there on this one, to be fair. Almost there. I think the aircon blows cold on this one. I don't think the aircon needed replacing, did it? I can't remember. I need to look back, but I need to try it obviously and see if it's blowing cold, but I don't think it was it needed any work doing on the aircon. So yeah, we're nearly there. Just had this delivered by FedEx I should say. It's my Cornish pasties from Cornwall. 10 Cornish pasties. I'm just going to open them now. I might have one for my lunch. Oh, look at this. Steakums. I've got 5 Steakums Stilton and 5 traditional. Oh, look at these. Amazing. Look at that. I'm having one for my lunch. And the rest can go in the freezer. Fantastic. So we're very nearly there now. So the bonnet was actually a little bit too far over. It still is a smidgen, but I've moved it over quite a bit to try and centre it over like the point to point on the bonnet. So it's moved over a lot. It needs to push in slightly there, and it needs to pull out slightly there. Height wise, it's okay. I think actually, if anything, it could do with going down a smidgen there, so I might lower it a little bit there. But yeah, we're getting there, very close now. There we go, done. So that's the front all lined up nicely. I've got to put the side bits in still and do those up, but that's probably more crucial. Well, not as, no, I suppose it's as crucial, isn't it, to get the bits as straight as you can get them, and that is as straight as I can get it. That's nigh on, not perfect, but it's good enough. It's good enough. You know, you could go for hours and hours and hours trying to straighten it up. The problem when you fit new bonnets, new bumpers, new front panels, obviously they're all fitted by computer and robot and so on, and the chances of getting them spot on, I don't think I've ever got them spot on. Maybe once or twice, but I think even sometimes when you have like new lower arms fitted and they have to take the front bumper off and so on and so forth, I don't think they're ever back in exactly the right position, even when you haven't actually had any damage to a car. But once I get those done up, hopefully they'll that will snap up into the right position. The only thing I'm going to try and do is I'm not that happy with this. I'm going to try and move that out a little bit if I can. It's as good as he could get it, but I'm going to have another go, try and improve it. This was the worst bit, which is sorted. I've got to put a little bit of paint on there, but this was the worst piece here. The gap was massive there, if you remember. So he spent a lot of time messing around with this, and to only charge me 150 quid is pretty good, really. But obviously now it's for me to just sort of try and tweak it a little bit, which I'm going to do now. So there it is, done. New windscreen, and I won't keep going on about it being a cracking windscreen like I did the last time. No cracks in it, all done. So, and oh yeah, just to let you know as well that after I was berated by one of the subscribers for giving Paul, the windscreen man, £136, not rounding it up to the 140, I wafted the cash in front of the camera this time whilst on time lapse, and I gave him the full £140, which I will do in future. So yeah, all done. So what we got left to do, got to line that up a little bit better. I'm going to try pulling the wing out a little bit. Got to sort that out down there as well, that gap. Get all these scuff marks off. There's quite a few of these scuff marks, which I'm hoping will come off with 101, not 101, with G3. There's some sticker marks on there, which are a bit of nail varnish remover. I have ordered some isopropyl alcohol, which I think is coming today. I've ordered a litre of that from Amazon. Wheels are absolutely rotten, so they need a good clean. Well, the car in general needs a really good clean as well. And inside, it's quite dirty inside, quite muddy down there. So it all needs a really good clean. Seats, I think I did clean the seats. I really can't remember, to be honest. But apart from that, we've got to do that tracking as well. But that'll get done when it goes in for a service and MOT. So tracking, service and MOT in the garage, and then it's done. Job finished. Then it should be up to sell. I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to sell this for, but I think it's going to be around a 2.5 mark. Might be just slightly less than that. So yeah, we'll be back when we done some of the other bits, and then we'll get it booked in. I've got the other one, Rob and Viv is booked in for MOT next week, so I'll probably get this one booked in for the following week, I imagine. Yeah, I think that's probably what I shall do. So yeah, that's it for the time being. See you soon. So welcome back, guys. This is quite a few days, even weeks after the bit of video you've just seen. So the reason the car's down the drive today is that, as I would have mentioned on a video of Rob and Viv, that these door cards are the dogtooth ones, so I need to swap them over with Rob and Viv. At the moment, all I'm going to do is swap the red ones into this car, and then I'll have to probably buy a door card of some description. And yeah, I don't know at the moment. I have got the one out in the garden, which is soaking wet and has been there for a while, stacked up behind the garage, which has got that fag burn in it. I can't remember which car it came off now, if you remember. What I might do is I've also got another one which is completely destroyed, which came off of, I can't remember which car it came off of, and that was what I might do is cut some of the grey fabric out off the armrest and then try and repair that fag burn, and that way it would save me having to buy another door card, because obviously at some point I need to get the proper door cards on this. So I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to put it in the garage and dry it out if necessary, which I think I will, because it's really wet. And then we can put them in. So as I say, for the moment, it's going to have the red ones off of Rob and Viv in. So at the moment, as I say, tomorrow, this is going for MoT. So I'm just going to do a final check over it, make sure everything's okay, everything's working as it should, and then we'll get those door cards done. Well, I'm getting there. It started pouring rain yet again, so I've got the red one on here, and I've got the red one yet to put on there, which is in the garage. I've just taken it in the garage because the rain started, and then we've done these ones on Rob and Viv. There you go. Rob and Viv has now got the grey door cards. The actual things are really dirty, but then the car needs a good clean inside anyway, so yeah. So that's that done. That's another job done. When it stops raining, I need to give this a clean. I'll certainly get it hoovered inside today and polished up inside, if nothing else. But if it just stops raining, frustrating. So a few days has passed. Project Marilyn, as you know, went in for the MoT, as you would have seen on the a few seconds before this. So it went in on the last day that Mr. Clutch in Bromley was open. Sorry, the day before. Because I was working, I couldn't pick it up the same day. But it failed the MoT. Let's just have a look at the failure certificate, and I'll show you what it failed on. So here's the failure certificate. So, fail. Do not drive until repaired. Valve stem seriously damaged near side rear, and valve stem seriously damaged offside rear. Never ever seen that before. So that was the valves on the tyres. So basically the bit where you stick the air in. Never ever seen that before. Didn't even know they checked those, to be honest, on an MoT. But obviously that was sorted out. So suspension arm ball joint excessively worn outside front. Usual thing on the Fiat 500s, same as it was on Rob and Viv, except on Rob and Viv it was the other side. I had a brand new one, so I took it down there and they've put it on for me. The wheels on the front, both wheels were on the wrong side, so the rotation of the wheel was the wrong way around. So that's been done. Brake cable insecure offside rear. They did that. They sorted that as well. Just an adjustment there. And there was a nail in the tyre on the rear, which I've taken out, and it stayed up. It wasn't going through. Direction indicator slightly discoloured. These are obviously advisories, so it would have passed on these. Direction indicator slightly discoloured. That's obviously a bulb, so I will change that bulb. They haven't done that, so I will do that. And then a couple of the tyres at the back are slightly damaged, cracking, so I probably won't bother doing that. Service brake is binding, i.e. the front brake on the near side is binding slightly, so what I should do is take those pads out. There's nothing wrong with the pads. It's obviously a bit gunged up, so I'll just take those out and give them a clean. So that was sorted. That was sorted, and then we got a pass afterwards. Obviously the only things that are left on there are those advisories. We replaced the inner track rod end on this side, inner track rod and the track rod ball joint end thing, whatever you like to call it. And when we did that, there was an issue with trying to get the wheels in alignment visually, because there seemed to be not much thread left that end, but lots of thread left that end. So we did it best we could. Car drove was fine, absolutely fine. You could see it was slightly out, and you couldn't really feel it in the steering, to be honest. It was fine. So I got them to do that. Now what they've done is they've done it. They had trouble, and they called me up and asked me, you know, what has actually been done to this. So I told them. So they've done it. However, look at the wheels now. The wheels are straight, as you can see, and they are tracked fine. Now bearing in mind the wheels are straight, look where the steering wheel is. That steering wheel is at 90 degrees. So now I'm not suggesting that the steering wheel has been put on incorrectly, because you can't put it on incorrectly. If it was 180 degrees you might be able to, but at 90 degrees you can't do it. So they believe that the steering rack is probably damaged, bent maybe. So because we don't know how the accident happened, we don't know, I'm assuming, and I think some of you did as well, that when the crash happened, as you know, that track rod end was broken, snapped in half. Now, some of us sort of assumed that maybe that went, for whatever reason, whether it hit something or who knows, that went, which then caused the crash on that side. So everything's okay this side, but there's that issue that side. So they think that the steering rack is probably bent. Now, is it the steering rack? Is it the steering column? They seem to think, if anything, it's going to be the steering rack. So what we're going to do, what I've done is I've ordered a new steering rack for £30, which includes the track rod ends as well. So what I'm going to do is, when that comes, I'm going to change it. Obviously I can't sell the car with the steering wheel at 90 degrees to what it should be. So yeah, so that needs to be done. So what's left on this car, obviously, because they did the lower arm, so obviously the bonnet had to come off again. So that bonnet I'd perfectly lined up, and now it's well, apart from that gap there, I hadn't done that, but front to back it was lined up. Sorry, not front to back. You know, the bonnet here was all lined up, and now it's not so good. So they probably just put it on loosely, which is like what I told them to do last time on Rob and Viv. So I've got to do that again, and then it needs a damn good clean up, as usual. And then hopefully once we've got that steering rack, because we've got the MoT now, so as I say, it drives absolutely fine, and of course it was fine enough for it to pass the MoT. So it's just clean up inside and out. Do we have to clean the seats? You know what, we've had this so a while now, I can't remember if I've cleaned the seats. I think they need cleaning, I'm not sure. Let me have another look. Yeah, they do need a clean. They're not that bad actually, but they do need a clean. Carpets need a clean. Just everything generally needs a clean. Got to sort these out, change these. And then hopefully, now we've got the MoT, I'll service it myself. I'm not going to give a warranty with this one because it's too old, so I'm not going to bother, which is why I didn't get them to service it, because that obviously cost me another £96 or something. So now Mr. Clutch have now gone, as I reported in my last video on Rob and Viv. Yeah, I went there to pick the car up the following day. All the ramps were being taken out, the place was being dismantled, it was just an empty shell. It's really sad to see, but it is what it is. Yeah, and we've got to move on now. So that's it for now. So what I'm going to do is there will be another video on this car when we do the next bit, which will be the steering rack, and we will then come back and do whatever else needs doing. So we'll probably have either 1 or 2 videos left to go on this one. Hopefully once we get that new steering rack on, all will be well with the straight steering wheel. We shall see. If it happens to be the steering column, if I have to change the steering column, I'll change the steering column. Hopefully we won't have to do that, but if we have to do it, we have to do it. It's got to be done. So yeah, so new steering rack. I may have to take it and get it tracked again. I probably will. Clean up, service, clean the engine, the usual clean up, and then we'll be putting it up for sale. So yeah, probably another 2 videos. But we've got enough for one video now. What you've already seen on this video was recorded over a period of a couple of weeks. So I'll be mentioning things in that have already happened and what have you. Things like I was talking about Rob and Viv probably. So yeah, they're already done. So that's the end of this video for the time being, and we'll come back hopefully by next weekend, and we'll have another video on this one. But a new project is lurking around the corner there, which we will be starting a video on very, very shortly. I've done nothing to it. I've not even really looked in the boot or anything. I've done nothing. So I don't even know if I've got any free CDs yet. You know what I like, how I like my free CDs. but it's a fun project, and I think you're going to love it. So I shall put the link once it's done and uploaded, and you're watching this. I will put the link to that video here, so you can click on it, and I'll put it as an end card on this video as well, so you can click on it and go to it. But I think you're going to like it. It's going to be a fun project, and you're not going to believe what you see. I know I didn't when I first saw it. Anyway, I digress as usual. This is Project Marilyn, and this is the end of this video, and we will see you on the next video, as I say, hopefully next weekend. So if you've enjoyed the content, if you've never been here before and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscription button that's in the middle of the screen now, and to be notified when we upload new content, hit that notification bell, and then YouTube will notify you when we upload new stuff. Lots more stuff to come, lots more stuff on this one and future projects. So thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next one. Stay safe, take care, see you soon.